It was just like any other day. My typical morning routine was waking up as a little kid, brushing my teeth, food, getting picked up by the cab. Although what I wouldn't know that this day could have easily been my last day as a kid living, as this was one of the most arguable worst days I've ever had to experience going through in my life thus far. This little bad boy over here has helped me throughout the weeks that I was in hospital that day, not knowing what caused the problem or why I was in hospital. This little thing's been there since the start basically. It's going to play a major role in today's video. Regular day, I went to school, did my thing, and I would often, in most cases and scenarios, I would just, not eat breakfast. I never liked eating until now. I'm a fat ass, as you can tell right now. You know, your boy been eating good. But yeah, no, I just never liked to eat, man. I always just kind of refused. I used to get sick eating in the morning. It's something my cousin actually experiences now. I used to experience it as a kid, but he can't have breakfast, or otherwise he throws up. Had a guy in my school as well. He actually never ate breakfast, but then yet again, he never really used to eat. He used to drink more than eating, and when I say drinking, he used to actually bring alcohol to school. Don't even ask me why, but it doesn't matter, right? I went to school. This was before high school. This is about 10 years ago. This is a decade plus ago it happened. And I still can remember it till this day. I had a stomach ache. And when you get that stomach ache feeling, it's like, oh, maybe I haven't eaten enough. Maybe I've eaten too much. Or maybe I just have got to simply go to the toilet. In most case scenarios, you gotta go to the toilet, try to take a shit. Nothing would come out. And I wasn't hungry. So I'm like, I'd probably just go over in a few minutes, right? Minutes turned into 30 minutes. And I'm like, this is really, really weird. And I had told the teacher I'm not feeling well, my stomach hurts. Because for the rest I was feeling normal. Well, 30 minutes turned out an hour later, and I said, listen, I still have a stomach ache. And they'd say, okay, this is very odd. We're going to call your dad, because my dad was around the corner of work. Maybe 10-15 minutes. 10-15 minutes basically. Picked me up and went back home. My dad probably thinking and me thinking, both like, okay, I just got a stomach ache, nothing wrong with it, got a little cramp. Be over it by the night, right? We come home, 2-3 hours on the couch, and I still have cramp. And my dad then decides, okay, this is getting weird. Gave me food, I ate it, cramp wouldn't go away. He called my mom saying, what we gotta do? She said, when I come home, we're going to the hospital straight away. And my dad thinking, man, there's no reason for that. It's probably just a stomach ache, that's that. I don't know if that's the mentality of a dude, or if it's just a mother's instinct, because I don't know. Maybe I could be tripping, but my dad was like, you'll be alright. So anyways, my mom arrives at night, 7 o'clock, and she said, okay, how you feeling? I said, I'm still not feeling well, I got a stomach ache. By amount, I had a fucking stomach ache the whole entire goddamn day. It wouldn't go away. Go to the hospital, get myself checked, get an MRE scan, I think it's called. Something they scan. Yeah, it turns out I had to get operation. So I'm like, what? My appendix, is that called? I had a blinded Darm-staking. I had food poison. Now, how it could have happened, God knows. I have no clue how it even can happen. Maybe eating wrong food, or maybe just your body ingests it different way. It just can't get rid of it, basically. So I had to go on the surgery that same night. And let me tell you, that wasn't the only problem at that night. I'd woken up, because I was on the night, because I was high as a motherfucker. I was high as a goddamn kite, bro. I didn't feel nothing. They took it out of me. They stitched me up, and I have the stitches. All 3 of them. I have them here, and here somewhere. Interesting fact I've never told you, but I actually used to have a 3rd nipple. It's somewhere here. It's a scar. Can you imagine operations from this generation 30 years ago? Could you imagine the difference in, everything? But besides that, right, woke up from the surgery, and they had to tell my parents and I some disappointing news after that, I was underweight. I am not kidding, bro. I was a 10-year-old only weighing 20 kilograms. Now, I don't know how much that is in stones or pounds, but you can look it up yourself. 20 kg converted to stones or pounds. It was honestly, it was like they had picked me up in a country where food doesn't exist. Basically that. And I had to explain them, listen, I don't like eating. Simply is that I get sick from it, and I just don't enjoy eating food, because I never used to fucking eat my food at school. That was his rule at school. It's a form of responsibility as well. You've got to understand, you're giving your kid to some random person, or, teacher in this case. You're trusting them with your child. And, this and that. So, they will obviously righteous as well, they had to make sure you got your food in. And I often used to just fucking throw it in tin foil and throw it on the other side of the closet and say, listen, I ate my food. Or I used to hide it in the desk. Because they would only check on your desk once a week. So, if it wasn't a Friday, you gotta make sure that shit was clean before the Friday checkup came. Anyways, right. And, I had to get food through my nose. Dude, that was, without a doubt, one of the worst times in my life. Stressful for me, because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it. I legit thought I was done. I was underweight, underfed, just came out of surgery, and initially I stayed about 6 to 8 weeks in the hospital. Fucking painful weeks. I had to learn how to walk again. I couldn't walk. I had to go into a wheelchair. I had to be taught how to walk again eventually. That's how bad it was. Kind of the same thing my brother had 3 years ago. He had a stroke. He was just sleeping during the day. And his wife comes back home from work. Goes up, tries to wake him up. Telling, hey, I'm gonna make lunch, dinner. Doesn't wake up. She's stressing, throws water on him. That's what she told. And then calls the ambulance and then called my mom. That was scary for me. Because I legit thought I had lost my brother for a second. His heart wasn't beating, which is scary, You can imagine, and you can imagine in this case for my parents how stressful and exhausting it must have been. There were endless nights that my mom and dad, combined, separate, would stay by me in the room, sleep in the chairs and that. And it's something that I look back upon this day. I can never forget this little fucking thing over here. I actually just found it, believe it or not. We were doing some shifting up in boxes. I got this as a gift during the recovery. I don't know what to say about it. It's cute. But it's also very sad thinking about it now. How many kids didn't make it out? I was one of the fortunate enough ones to survive and make it out. My life's been crazy. It's been hectic. It's been chill lately into, I'm not doing stupid shit no more. But this thing was there for me. As weird as it sounds, I feel attached to it. And it's been, bro... It's dead. It's beat up, right? Look at it. I call it giraffe. It's always been its name. The head's twisted and fucked. I had to actually put stitches in it because it's that broken, but they gave each kid in hospital, even if the ones, in some cases wouldn't survive. Because you could imagine, working at a hospital and having to tell a parent your child is not going to survive it. Like, as a parent, how the fuck are you supposed to respond to that, But I made it out. Simply as that. God damn, was I fortunate enough and strong enough to keep fighting. It's definitely, like I said, one of those days that I can and will never forget in my life. One of the worst weeks. A day that turned into weeks, and then weeks turned into 2 months. And eventually I recovered. And I also had a lot of diarrhea. I had to have people basically feed me through a tube. Feed me food. Take me to the toilet. I had to wear a fucking diaper. I had to wear a goddamn diaper. And at the age of 10, it's not embarrassing, but it's frustrating because you can't do anything. Your body is limiting you to what you can do. Like I said, I couldn't fucking walk. Because I hadn't walked in weeks because I was so weak I needed to get food. From a wheelchair, we eventually went to, walking. I had to walk on a goddamn fucking treadmill. Two people had to literally hold me. But, your boy, you know what I'm saying? Alright, that is so cringe. Why do I do that in these serious videos? Oh, the black cat's walking outside. But yeah, today I will never forget. A day I simply cannot forget. And it's a day that I hope to never come back to. And it definitely makes me appreciate the system in this country, the healthcare. Because, bro, I reckon that was tens and tens of thousands of dollars of insurance work. You're probably looking about, I don't know, about like 30, 50K. But that's all insurance work. Maybe even more. I don't know. I never thought about it until now. It's not relevant, but that's why you got health insurance here. Because if it weren't for that shit, you don't want to know what the payment would. We didn't get no payment bill. It was all covered by our insurance, which is nice. Which in some countries is a big issue. I'm not stating directly that America, there's a lot of other countries that don't have that type of stuff. It's unaffordable or it's just not a thing, right? But yeah, I just thought we'd sit down, chill in my living room, and just speak about the worst day in my life. One of the worst. But if not, this is definitely one of the worst. Also a little baby growing up, nearly died because I didn't get oxygen in my lungs. So yeah, your boy's been through a lot of shit. There's no denying that. Yeah, I have. And yeah, I wanted also kind of like, before we end that, I say I eventually initially recovered. I had to go back to school again, I had to catch up basically all the shit that I missed. Well, actually, yeah, I had to. It was frustrating because it was sad for me because I saw all these kids doing things that I wasn't able to do for so long. I couldn't just do this and this, and I had to do it step by step, slowly and slowly do it. Just like my brother had to do it. He had to slowly by slowly learn how to walk again. I know if you've never been into a situation like this or never been through something similar like this, you may not understand the impact of what it has on a person like yourself or others. I don't know how to describe the feeling of not being able to walk and having to get taught how to walk again. It's difficult, it's painful, it's slightly embarrassing as well. Because you keep telling yourself, how the hell am I not able to walk? You know what I mean? But I had to get taught how to walk again, and I'm glad I'm just not in a wheelchair or anything. Like, it wasn't, I mean, it was a serious thing, because it was life-threatening, they said as well, It was that bad. So yeah, I'm alive though. Get that out of my goddamn liver. Bro, I know, you've been looking at that, it's disgusting. I should actually cover it up. No, but in all seriousness, I need to get that quota, because I want to know what the price and value of that thing. I don't want it in my house. Liverpool. The curse in this house. My grandmother supports Liverpool. Don't even ask me why. Yeah, and her husband was a United supporter, so you could understand the conflicts, But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. A different video today, and just hope you've been enjoying the content. And I want to do more of these videos on the farm, sit down, relax, and just talk about stuff. And this little thing, I'll never throw this away. No. I mean, you can see that it's dirty. It's discolored and everything. But yeah, it's something that keeps me very sane. It's something I'm going to admit, I sleep with this till this day. And I also sleep with blanket in my, I'm a little wussy ass, but I'm sorry. I just like my blankies and pillows and, what else? I just like it. I'm a grown man, but shit, in the back of my mind, it's like, bro, I'm a little 5-year-old at the end of the day. It's who I am. I'm not embarrassed to admit it. I don't give a fuck how you think about me. Bro, I don't care. You just mad because you ain't got one of these. In that order, you have to be kind of like dying to get one of these. You could probably buy this, but yeah, I got this as a gift. And that was basically it. The only thing I wanted in those times was just me recover and be with my family again. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Check you later, man. Peace out. Virgins.